it shouldn't, I feel like it shouldn't be hard work.
Yeah.
Because there are moments that can be challenging, but I feel like if someone really cares about you and you are at a point where you really understand each other and respect each other, then someone else's down moments don't affect you negatively because they know how to communicate with you and you know how to communicate with them and you can actually help each other.
Yeah.
And it's like anything that's like, oh, it's this or this amount of work just kind of means that both parties aren't giving it the equal amount of value.
Yeah, and I think people misunderstand what people mean by relationships are hard work. It's like, yeah, no, it is hard work to do all that communicating you were talking about.
It's a lot of hard work.
Not that it's supposed to be like an endless
It's not
stream
supposed
of
to
stress.
be, yeah, it's like, and it's not like over the course of a long-term relationship, right? You will have many issues that arise. You'll have arguments. You'll have disagreements. But it's how you react to those. It's how you handle them. And it's the amount of respect that you have for the other person and the amount of respect that you have for yourself to reach a mutual understanding with each other and have that agreement and have that open line of communication. Because if you don't have that, then someone ends up getting yeah, and not in a good way.
No.
Raw in the butt.
Oh, no. No lube.
No lube. No shave either. You don't have time to shave.
Oh,
so your
no.
hair's in and out.
It's pulling.
It's horrible. It's pulling. You have a rash, you might bleed. It's not good. So don't do that. It's not beneficial. I think that's like the hardest thing is actually reaching that comfort and trust level with someone to be able to be open and honest and transparent, because it's a hard thing to even do with yourself.
Yeah.
To be honest with yourself.
It is.
Much less convey that to somebody else who you love and respect. And it's like, I think we always kind of have that worry that that person is going to judge us or take it the wrong way. But I feel like if that person really truly values you as much as you value their opinion of what you're about to divulge,
Yeah.
then it shouldn't matter. And if that person can't respect that, then I don't think, then that's just, it's maybe not somebody that you necessarily need to give much thought to. It's not necessarily that you have to like not acknowledge them or not even be around them.
Yeah.
But it's that, you can have the respect for yourself enough to be like, well, I can be cordial, I can be this, I can be that, but I just can't have the closeness because it's not beneficial to my own mental well-being or theirs, because, that's not healthy for anyone involved.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I'm trying to relearn that, as much as I care about the other person and the opinion of the other person and what they want and what makes them happy, I need to care equally as much about me in the same way. And I forgot about that for all my relationships, just about, which wasn't anyone's fault but mine, really. Yeah. Because that's the mindset that I put myself in, and that was part of the religious thing, was I'm there to enhance a man's life. That stuck, and it shouldn't have.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm figuring that out now, and it's been a fun time figuring that out. It feels nice.
But it feels nice, but it's also like a scary landscape to navigate at first. Like,
it's very uncertain.
It still is, like, now for me, but like it definitely still is. But it's a really interesting process to go through, especially when you spend so much of your formative years not having any idea who you are because you're not allowed to even explore it.
Yeah. And I think damn it, I had something. It's gone.
Explore it.
I think for me it's also just a really uncertain feeling. That's the worst part, because when you're doing everything that you think your partner wants and not contesting anything, or it's yes honey, like,
yes,
that's
do this
so
because
secure.
This is what you're told, and
and
this
it's
is
not
what
even them saying that to me in my situations, like it in one of them, but like but with the other ones it wasn't even them. It was my head going, that's what you're supposed to do. But that's very secure, because when you're doing everything that somebody wants, they're not gonna leave you. Yeah. Because why would they? Yeah. So it's safe. Yeah. So now doing it where it's like, I'll catch myself like worrying about what a person I like would think of something that I'm gonna do, and I'm like, no, I'm just gonna do my thing that I want to do, instead of worrying about this for the next few hours when they probably don't actually give a shit at all. Yeah. And it's been so nice.
Yeah, I feel like
figuring that out.
until someone gives you and you exchange a level of trust,
Yeah.
then you have to at that point prioritize what's best for your life until you prove to each other that it's important that you are in each other's lives.
Yeah.
Because you can't just like not do things on
Yeah.
the hope that someone will like you more or not leave you or get with you in the first place, because at that point you're changing something about yourself to be something for someone that you think that they want.
Yeah, and actually what I've noticed is that now that I'm being just myself, it's going a lot better.
I'm having
'Cause
so much more fun. I can
it's
be weird now. It's really
yeah,
cool.
and I actually do get better responses from people that I like, and I
Yeah.
figure out where I stand a lot easier because I
Yeah.
was always worried about where I stood and like, well, how do they feel about this? Like when I was worrying about that, I think they could sense the anxiety, and it made them less keen on the relationship in general. So
Yeah.
now that there's more independence, it's like, oh, it's just happening.
And you can start to realize too, I think that when you have respect for yourself,
Yeah.
then and you actually make that known and give yourself and attest yourself some level of value before entering any relationship, whether it's a business relationship or a friendship or
Yeah.
romantic or just sexual. It's like once you have that respect for yourself, you can not only distance yourself from bad situations, but I think that you also kind of just have a different air to you that attracts people to you in different ways.
Yep.
Because they're like, oh, you already know who you are, or you at the very least, you know some level of what it is that you want, especially out of this situation. And so they can kind of see the confidence, and that's a really good energy. And it's not arrogance to have
No.
confidence in yourself or even to just, I don't know. I just think like so many people are too wrapped up, and I've definitely done this, and I still do this from time to time. And so that's why I keep talking about it, to reinforce myself to not do it, because it's a lot better when you don't. But taking so much time out of your day and so much energy, spending all this time worrying about what every little individual person is commenting or thinking of you or saying about you, none of it matters. It does not matter. And it only matters as much as you let it affect you. Once you start to let it affect you, you welcome in that negativity, because it feels good to feast on that negative energy. It feels good to fight about it and to just, fight back and throw in your own jabs and do this, but it doesn't solve anything, and it just makes you angrier. It creates a bigger divide. It only ends up looking bad. It looks bad on the other person, but it looks bad on you too.
Yeah.
It's a two-way street. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I think people just, and I was definitely someone who was like, oh, I'll just change like every opinion that I have, anything that I care about, or I won't do that if you don't want me to, or like,
Yeah.
or I'll do that if you want me to. I don't want to, but I will. Like, I
Yeah.
just love me. Like but it's not love. That's not what
Yeah.
love is.
Yeah.
Love isn't demanding. I don't know. Was it that? I don't know. Love. What is that quote about love? Love is is that a Bible
Love is
quote?
patient, love is
Yeah.
kind. I'd probably.
It probably is, but it's like love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, it does not boast, and it
definitely a
keeps
Bible
no
thing.
records of wrong. But in a way,
But it
and I'm sorry
works.
if that's a Bible quote or whatever, but I'm not religious. I've read that many times. But that quote has kind of just stood out to me because I was like, that's actually very accurate. Because, with the keeping no record of wrongs, it's not that, oh, just excuse all these wrongs from a person. But one of the issues is if the wrongs keep being repeated, then the love on the other side is it's not love
Yeah.
that you're receiving. So it can't be really love that you're giving
Right.
at the same point. And all of those things are kind of true. Like, you have to be patient. You have to let it evolve. You can't just expect,
Figuring that out
you just can't expect trust, love, and respect
immediately.
just because you bounce on someone's dick or like lick someone or like plug the holes or whatever. Like, it doesn't work that way. It's not like, and
Yeah.
there's just so many things about that kind of really do make sense about love. And, so many things that I thought that love was in any instance of love was definitely not accurate.
Yeah.
But when you don't have a good representation of that growing up,
It's hard to figure out what it's supposed to be. And then
you're like, what is it? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a lot to think about. Damn.
Yeah.
Those
We're deep talking on this
We
one.
were deep talking. That's crazy. How do we always end up here?
I don't know.
What did we start this talking about?
I don't remember.